often I'm going to get to do this series. So there you go. There's the shimmy. It was a fun game last night, though. Jimmy Butler kept the Heat's title hopes alive in Game 3 against the Lakers. He finished with 40 points, 11 rebounds, and 13 assists, making him the third player in NBA history to record a 40-point triple-double in the finals. But after the game, he said all he cared about was getting the win.
We won. I could care less about, a triple-double. We played this game to win. I'm glad my teammates got a lot of trust and faith in me to go out there and hoop like that. But like I always say, if you guarantee me a win, I could care less.
He was extremely aggressive yesterday, which is kind of what we've been waiting to see from him. It's not that he wasn't aggressive in the first two games, but there was just a lot more going on in the first two games. Tyler Hero added 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And LeBron had 25 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, also 8 turnovers, which was the most for any player in the game.
Yeah, LeBron didn't look terribly engaged early, and I thought AD kind of disappeared. But if this was not in the bubble, this would have been the game the Lakers went to Miami and lost anyway.
Yeah, which is why they're saying they're not overly concerned. Because, if this was normal life, you would have played 2 games in LA, which you're supposed to win, and then you go on the road to Miami, and you're supposed to lose that game. So this is the game that he should have won. Obviously, Jimmy Butler put together an incredible performance.
Yeah.
But, everyone else stepped up as well, and the Lakers were a little bit off. Look, this is a mismatch. I'm a Heat fan. I can say that. It's very obvious in the first 2 games that it was a mismatch. Well, they're also still missing Goran and Bam.
And I think Goran's out.
Goran's going to be out. Yes, he's not coming back. But they're not officially saying that, but that injury, he's not going to make it back for this series. Bam is a little different. Bam might be available next game. He wanted to be at least dressed so that he could not have to wear a mask and root for the team on the sidelines. But it was a fun game because now it's a little bit competitive, and that's what we want. Well,
now
we
have it's a real
series.
Yes, because now I do think even if Bam comes back, I think we talked about this Friday. The issue with them now without Dragic is Butler can give you 35 a night, but you got to score about 110 to win. Where do you get the 75 points? And I think Bam's going to be limited offensively. Because
and throughout the series, someone has stepped up every game to do that. But the difference is now they can do that, but you also have to be able to be a factor on defense.
Yes.
And some of those guys are not a huge factor on defense. And it's not, Tyler Hero is a rookie. That's
right.
You shouldn't be relying on Tyler Hero in that situation. But they all stepped up yesterday, and a good win for the Heat. So Joe Burrow got his first win in the NFL Sunday. He made history while doing it. He became the first rookie quarterback in the NFL to throw for 300 or more yards in 3 straight games. But he also says winning is what's most important.
We got the win. That's all I care about. The last 2 we didn't win. So feels good to win. I'm going to do whatever it takes to win football games. Like I said, I'll throw it 0 or 100 times. I'll throw for 7 yards or 500. Doesn't matter to me.
He was 25 of 36, 300 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
Got a little bit of a running game yesterday. So they actually gave him, first time this year, he had help. And when he had help, he won.
Yeah, Joe Mixon had 25 carries for 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yeah. Also added 6 receptions for 30 yards and a touchdown as well. Kind of taking a little downturn for the Jags over the past 2 weeks.
Well, I think it reminds me of Kyle Allen. So Kyle Allen last year had a nice little month. Everybody's like, franchise. And everybody gets film on Gardner Minshew or Kyle Allen, and you're like, there's some limitations on what they can do in arm strength. And there are no limitations for a real franchise quarterback. Justin Herbert, he's got a big-time arm. And Joe Burrow. So the difference is you can win games in this league, but once everybody gets film on you, Fitz magic yesterday. Like you needed one big play late, and then he throws a pick. You can't. We know what a franchise quarterback kind of feels and looks like. There's a dynamic component. Burrow's got it. I don't think Minshew really is that guy.
I don't know that I'm completely bailing on Minshew yet. It is still Jacksonville, so maybe they strung together a couple good performances, and now they're starting to come back down to earth. It doesn't necessarily mean it's his fault. He also has been sacked 7 times in the last 2 games, so that adds to it as well. But when you're losing to the Dolphins and the Bengals, is kind of starting to all get put in perspective. But congrats to Joe Burrow on his first NFL win. So the Bills keep their red hot start going against the Raiders this weekend. Another team that's kind of come down to earth after a big Monday night.
By the way, they've faced two of the best defenses, New England, Buffalo, back-to-back. Like, Buffalo's a real football team.
Yes, they won the game 30-23 to remain undefeated this year. It's the first time in 12 years that the Bills have started 4-0.
Wow.
They're averaging 30.75 points per game, which is tied for fifth best in the league. And Stephon Diggs, has that situation worked out? 6 receptions for 115 yards. Josh Allen was 24 of 34, 288 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and added a rushing touchdown as well. Things have really just come together for the Bills. I thought the Bills would be good this year. Like we talked about it leading up into the season, and mostly before Cam Newton got there as well, that this was a team that was going to win.
Yeah, I think I picked him to win their division. The question is ceiling.
Yes, and they've looked spectacular.
Yeah, and Josh Allen doesn't have a ceiling. So if you're in Buffalo today, I watched every snap of this game, and they have the coaching, the quarterback, and the defense. You could win a Super Bowl with this team. Now, are you going to get past Lamar? Are you going to get past? But you could win. They have the elements needed to win a Super Bowl.
Well, that's my question with them. I was never concerned about whether they were going to be good during the regular season.
Right.
What are you going to do in the playoffs? Because obviously having a nice regular season is important because you do want to get to the playoffs. But what are you going to do when you're there? And that's obviously, similar to Lamar, the next step in the development for both these young teams.
Good stuff. Joy Taylor with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for
what the second half was going to show. I can honestly say, had this been last year, we'd have got our ass beat by 20. This team has a ton of character and playmakers, and we started making plays. And you can see when we don't beat ourselves, we're going to be a tough team to beat.
Yeah, it is.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
the Heat.